My mother's story just has so many holes in it. Max Holden, for instance. A guy that she hasn't seen since he was a kid back in El Paso. This is the man that she gives all kinds of money to so he can go buy a ranch down in Buenos Aires. Now, she doesn't ask for a phone number. She doesn't get an address. She doesn't get anything from him. All she really wants is to make Max look more attractive to Tina. Because we know how attractive Tina was to big money.
I can't believe she's sticking to her original story.
You know, she's not budging an inch. You know, I didn't say anything to her about this yesterday. Because last night was when it came to me. She knew all along that Tina was pregnant. That's why she was so desperate to get Max, to get Tina out of town. She knew that as soon as Tina started showing, that I was going to realize that she was pregnant with my child. That's why when she made the loan to Max, one of the conditions was that he take Tina out of town.
And then he became emotionally involved.
Yeah. And it's pretty obvious that he's not going to say a damn word about what happened. And neither is my mother. Kate, I don't want to see her at all today. I don't know what's going to happen when I run into her. Look, Kate, why don't you just sign up for one of your tours of duty in the jungle or something, and I could be your assistant. And the two of us, we can hop a plane, get out of town tonight, just get the hell out of Dodge.
You have been hanging around me too long, starting to fall into the old Kate Sanders philosophy, huh? When the going gets tough, the tough hightail it out of town.
Something like that, yeah. Hey, come on, why not?
Because we wouldn't be leaving anything behind. I think we have to stay here and stare these demons down, or we never will.
Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Sanders.
Hello, Cord. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing?
All right, considering. Hi, Annie. Cord, what can I say except that I am very, very sorry for everything Jamie has done to your family. I don't know what else to say, except that we've all been affected by Jamie in one terrible way or another, and there's just no way to make up for it.
Well, I tell you, sir, just by taking care of this daughter of yours, that's the best way I know to make up for it.
I don't know, Delilah, but this hardly seems the place for a big announcement.
Oh, this is the perfect place. Edward Lonigan called me today.
He fell in love with your designs?
Yes, he did. He said I'd be a fool if I didn't have a ready-to-wear line by next winter.
Well, that means you'd have to put together a factory practically overnight.
Well, I had been planning to do that already, and, well, guess where? I'm going to make this magic happen.
I get it. Right here. There is logic in this. What about the financing?
Well, I plan to use all the money that I got from Bo. Oh, honey, by next winter, you could be the top cop in Landview, and I could be the most famous designer on the whole East Coast.
And on top of that, we got the greatest daughter in the world, right?
Wow. Well, I'm going to make a space in my office for her because I don't want her to spend so much time with the babysitter. She doesn't know who I am.
Well, who knows? Maybe if I can get the department better organized, I won't have to spend 16-hour days there, right?
I hope so.
Listen, honey, I got one more question for you. Are you sure you're not taking on too much at once? I'm not just talking financially. I mean the work involved.
Babe, I've never been so excited about anything in my whole life. I can do this, and I can do it with my own resources.
Okay, Mrs. Garrettson. Terrific.
Me, did you say the president? I thought that would grab your attention. Yes, darling, he's giving a reception for the newly formed Commission on Prison Reform. A kind of an opening ceremony.
Mom, that's great. When is it?
In a few days, so do I book you a reservation?
Well, John really needs me at the office. He has all these things coming up at once, all these cases, court appearances, meetings. Mom, don't look at me that way. I do have a sense of responsibility. I just started the job. It's not like I can ask for special favors.
Suppose I get John to go with us. Just shut down his entire business.
Mom, he can't possibly do that. He's overloaded. Come on, please don't get annoyed with me.
How many times are you going to get the chance to meet the president in your lifetime? How many times are you going to get the chance to see your mother installed as the chairman of a prestigious national committee like this? And don't you dare get annoyed at me getting annoyed at you.
It's just that you're not asking me to go. You're telling me. This happens all the time. It never changes.
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous.
Mom, look. I have a job. I'm sorry, okay? I have to really get these papers over to John at his loft before he goes to the Sanders Memorial. Come on, Mom, please.
Fine. Go ahead. Have a lovely day.
Clint, this behavior is so unlike Vicky. Is it possible that something could be wrong?
Like what, for instance?
I agree, son. All right, Vicky's in New York with Tom Dennison, okay, but why can't she call her kids?
How about guilt? Sounds logical to me.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Oh, Wanda.
Oh,
Good
Wanda.
to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, of course. Hello, Wanda. Hi. How are you feeling? Well, the pain has subsided quite a bit. I think it's just a matter of believing I can't move around a whole lot.
Maria, it might be a nice idea if you go upstairs and lay down till the service starts.
Well, thank you for your concern, Asa, but I think I'll be fine just sitting here.
And how is Cordero? I wanted to call him, but I really didn't know what to say.
Oh, come on. Cord is young and strong. He'll have his life fitted back in place soon, right, Maria?
Yes, I certainly hope so.
And Asa, I've been thinking about your loss, that you would have been a great-grandfather. Clint and Maria would have been grandparents.
Yes, but I'll tell you something. Old Cord's gonna have about a dozen kids before he's done.
Pamela!
I'm touched as you come at such a tragic time.
I know. I just woke up this morning and it just all of a sudden hit me. I mean, Tina's dead. I mean, she had so much life in her, and then all of a sudden she was just dead.
Yes, and I lost my first great-grandchild. I don't know whether I'm going to live long enough to ever see another one.
Oh, I think you will. Only the good die young, you know. Pete.
Clint, Maria, Wanda.
Who invited you to this memorial shindig?
Asa, please stop.
You seem to have forgotten that I was Tina's only friend in this town for a long time after she was accused of killing Harry.
Oh, I remember when this Miss Lawrence was in our lives. But that friendship cooled. If you're so fond of Tina, O'Neill, why don't you have your own memorial?
Hypocrite. You couldn't stand her, and here you are holding the memorial
Please
service.
stop this absurd bickering. A young woman's life has been snuffed out. Please.
I agree, Wanda. But we weren't really talking about Tina, were we, Asa?
Excuse me, both of you, please. How are you? Are you recovering?
Yes, thank you.
Clint, when is Vicky coming?
I don't know. I'm not sure that she cares. But you did tell her, right? Oh, yeah. But I'm not sure that it matters that much to her.
Tom told me that I blacked out before I even left the hospital.
I'm afraid so. As I explained yesterday, such blackouts mean your aneurysm is leaking, and leaking badly. A rupture is imminent, Mrs. Buchanan.
Does that mean I have to have the operation immediately?
Just as quickly as you can put your affairs in order, and I suggest that not take more than 1 day.
Well, I've already lost last night and half of today. Today is Tina's memorial. Did you call Clint?
No, I didn't know what you wanted to do about that, Vicky, but we can call him now if you like.
Well, what about a plane? Could we make it home in time?
Mrs. Buchanan, I must advise against your leaving the hospital.
But, Dr. Graham, I have to get home. I have things to take care of. I can't possibly take care of them from here.
But I can't have you rushing about and becoming more anxious.
I would be even more anxious if I had to stay here, please.
Doctor, I'll make sure she doesn't overdo it.
Very well. I will see to your discharge, but at the first sign of fatigue, you must rest.
Yes, I will. I promise you.
I'll make flight reservations.
Oh, Dr. Graham, this
blackout, what does it mean in terms of the surgery? Does it mean that I would have an even greater chance of not making it?
Yes, I'd like the first
Your chances
available
are
flight to Landview, Pennsylvania.
heavy aneurysm before it ruptures. Again, its location is difficult, but I believe it can be reached and treated.
Well, if it restores my memory, then it will certainly all have been worthwhile. And if I die, I think in a way it's a relief that the decision has been taken out of my hands now. I can't procrastinate.
No. Let me go check on the availability of an operating room, and I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
And the arrival time, I have fine time. Vicki Buchanan, Tom Dennison. No, Dennison, that's correct. All right, thank you very much. Our flight leaves at 1 o'clock.
Tom, I'm in such a fog now. Clint is going to be so angry with me because he hasn't heard from me and because I kept all this from him. I mean, did I use bad judgment again?
Let's not think about that now, all right? You know, Vicki, this operation's going to be a success. You're going to get your memory back. I love you. I love you. And I want that for you so much. No matter what it means to us. Okay?
I know. In my heart, I am certain that even if I do get my memory back, I will still love you.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe just as a brother-in-law.
No. No, that's not possible.
Yeah, well, we don't know that. Not now. Now, after the operation, well, until then, it's just conjecture, isn't it? So, look, you get dressed, we'll head to the airport.
Well, I have to call Clint first. I have to tell him that I'm going to try and get home sometime during the service. Tom, I don't want to have the operation in New York. I want to be home. I want my children near me, and I want Larry to be there.
Vicki, if that's what you want, that's the way it'll be. Okay? We want to have you excited to...
What about Dr. Graham? I mean, I'd like him to do the surgery. Do you think he'll agree to do it in Landview
I don't
Hospital?
see why not when he knows your reasons. All right, I'll go and talk to him. Discuss it with him, all right?
Tom, would you hold me just for a moment, please? Please? It's all sinking in. It's suddenly all sinking in.
Good morning, boss.
Good morning, Cassie. So did you get the will?
I tried, but they gave me back this afternoon for it, and there better be no excuses.
Well, getting tough, huh?
Very. I pretended I was Mom.
Cassie.
Oh, Mrs. Sanders.
John's been telling me you're very helpful to him professionally.
Oh, he did he? All I get are grumblings.
Careful there, Judith. She's going to want more money if she thinks she's becoming indispensable.
Then you should give it to her.
Aha!
You know, this new feminism has created a bond between women that I'm not so sure that I like. It's no wonder we work so long and hard to keep you guys under control. And we were just leaving. June Skolowski wanted an update on her case today.
Oh, the notes are in the file, but I can handle her. Listen, though. If Mom gives you any flack later about my not going with her to Washington, stand firm.
Well, what's happening in Washington?
Well, the president is giving the Prison Reform Commission a reception. Mom thinks it's very un-American that I should feel guilty leaving the office unattended in order to go shake hands with him.
Well, Cassie, I can handle the office.
No, it's settled as far as I'm concerned. Mom, on the other hand, might want to try and drag it out, though, as usual.
As usual.
I want to convey my sympathy to you about your friend Keith. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you, but listen, you don't have to apologize for what Jamie did.
I felt that I had to.
Well, you ready, ladies?
I can't talk to you now, Sam. Just stall until I get back to you. Yeah, probably a couple of hours. Right. Excuse me, I'm going to have to get Nigel to take the phones off the hooks. Too much going on around here.
You were saying about Kate? I was just saying that I'm a little bit worried about her because she's got such guilt thinking that Tina and the baby would be alive right now if she'd shot her brother down in cold blood.
Of course, that could be harder for her to live with than Tina's death.
Yeah, well, you and I both realize that, but she's having some trouble with it.
She cares a lot about you, Cord.
Cordero. Well, aren't you going to say hello?
Hi, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'll manage. I'm feeling a little numb right now, and I'm not sure that that's too bad.
Are you still so angry with
Look,
me?
Ma, don't even start this conversation, because believe me, you don't want any part of it. I think it'd be a real good idea if you and I said as little as possible to each other today. Excuse me.
Cord.
Wanda, hi. Oh, thanks for coming.
Oh,
It's good to see you again.
I'm sorry it's under such awful circumstances. How are you feeling?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Cord?
Oh, Pamela.
I'm sorry. Really, I am.
Oh, thanks for coming.
That's okay.
Pete? Cord? Thanks. I don't know. I guess we could get started here pretty soon. I don't know who else is coming.
Well, Dorian and Rafe and Delilah said they were going to show up.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. I hope I haven't kept you waiting.
No,
Well,
not at all.
goodness, don't you look like springtime? I thought Tina would like this dress. Believe me, my heart is wearing black.
Thanks for coming by. I really wish I'd had a chance to talk to you earlier about Tina's pregnancy.
So do I.
Is this the right place?
Max. Oh, Max, please come in. Everybody, this is Max Holden. This is Cord's father, Clint Buchanan,
I'm Asa Buchanan, Clint's father.
and Pam Buchanan.
Ace's ex-wife, hi, Max. And this is Pete O'Neill, Landview's newest and best police commissioner.
You are the new what?
What's the matter? You don't read the newspaper?
Hello. I'm Wanda Volek. I'm Ace's cousin.
Pleased to
Hello.
meet you, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Doreen Lord. I understand that you were a good friend to Tina. I, for one, would like to tell you that I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dory. Some people around here don't quite feel that way, but I'm grateful that you do.
Okay, the sewing machines are going to go right over there.
Right.
I haven't really talked to the architect about it.
Sweetheart, hold on a second.
What?
It's almost noon. We gotta go to Ace's.
Oh, yeah. We better get
Hey,
going.
look, I gotta make one more phone call. Remember I told you about Squeak Sheldon, what a pain he can be? Yeah, well, I got a message already that he's missed his first appointment with his parole officer.
Well, that figures, I guess.
Talk to Clint.
No, I cannot get through to him. The phone's either off the hook or is just constantly busy.
Well, we'll try to call him from the airport, all
I
right?
mean, what is everyone going to think? My not showing up for this service with no explanation.
Don't worry about it. They'll find out soon.
What did Dr. Graham say?
So it's all right. He can arrange his schedule to operate on your Landview. He's going to be talking to Larry this afternoon.
That's good. I'm glad. Tom, how do I prepare my children for the fact that I might die? How do I even begin to tell them something like that?
Vicky, I think you should bring that up with Clint. Also, you should prepare the children for the possibility that you'll come out of this better than ever.
No matter what I do or say, no matter how worked up I get, please hold on to that optimism, will you?
You can bet on it. Let's go.
And we beseech you, Heavenly Father, to embrace Tina and life sheltered within her, so they might both be granted peace and comfort of your divine love. Cord, I believe you wanted to say a few words.
Yeah. Thank you, River. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do for a number of reasons. You all know me. You know that Tina and I were separated when she died. See, we had these problems, and we thought they were so big that there was no way we could work our way out of them. At the time, we weren't even talking. Maybe it might even be truer to say that I wasn't talking to her. But through all of this, she kept right on loving me and hoping for some kind of reconciliation because she knew that she was carrying our child. I doubted her for a while, and I'm sure some of you know that. And I'm sure it would be real fair to say that I was the one who ran her out of town when she finally left. See, we had a few last minutes together, and I hope because of those minutes together that she didn't feel so alone or as rejected as she once had. I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk about the end. I wanted to talk about the beginning when I first met Tina, when we fell in love. See, there was really so much more joy that she brought to my life than pain. This pain that I was feeling that I didn't know then was just the pain from growing up. And that's something I might not have been able to do had not Tina been part of my life, such an important part of it. And the love we shared, and the love she gave me back. Well, that's something that I'm always going to remember, and something I'm always going to cherish. I'm going to miss her. And I'm going to miss a little baby that she wanted so badly to give to me. And right now I'm praying that she knows all of these things. And I'm also praying that maybe now she can find the happiness that she's always looking for.
Would anyone else care to speak?
Yeah. I have something I want to say. I didn't know Tina for too long, but I did know her very well. Now, meeting you people, I've been able to put your faces with the names and the stories. I see a lot of sadness in this room, a lot of tears. I just hope Tina sees it. But I can't help but be angry. Because all she ever wanted was your love and your acceptance. Now, maybe she did it in a way that you don't approve of. But in her heart, you meant the whole world to her. I see a lot of money in this room. Would it have been such a big deal to let her have a share? The only way you could take her love is on your own terms. It's just a shame.
I guess Nigel hooked the phone.
I'll get it.
Yes?
Clint, it's me.
Vicky?
Yes, I'm at the airport. I'm on my way home.
Why bother? The service is almost over.
Oh, dear. I'm very sorry. Please tell Cord I'm sorry and give him my love and my apologies, but I have a very good reason.
I can't wait to hear it. Neither can the kids. Don't rush on our account.
Clint, please. You'll understand when we talk, all right?
Right.
I have to go. My plane is leaving.
Right.
Who was that guy?
He's the fellow that took Tina to Buenos Aires.
He's got a lot of nerve.
Now, where does he come off making those kind of judgments?
How you doing, boy?
Please.
I know you're hurting. I'm hurting for you. Like it or not, I'm your granddaddy. I don't think it's the time to push people away, Cord.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to make a real habit about doing things like that. Pushing people away from me because of their past mistakes. You know, time and time again, Tina told me that I should take that money from you because it was my birthright, something that I deserved. Tell you what, why don't you give me some advice, Granddaddy, for the first time in my life? Think I did something real honorable in doing that, huh?
Excuse us, Asa, please. Cord, I can't stand it any longer. I have to hold you, Cord.
Don't bother, Mom.
Cord, please.
Don't.
Cord, I love you so much. Please, if I made a mistake, I'm sorry. You know that I only did it because I wanted to help you.
You knew all along that Tina was pregnant, Ma. I know it, and you know it. And I will never forgive you for that. You hear me? Never.
Cord. Cord, please.
We aren't communicating. I mean, we might as well all just be alone. Are we supposed to be sharing our grief and our pain? Look, if nothing else, we should at least scream at him.
Jamie brought so much pleasure into my life for so many years, into all our lives. We can't damn him forever for what he became.
Of course we can't, Mother. Only problem with that is it's a lot easier to say than to actually feel. Seems to me there were two different Jamies. Anybody here think it's possible for us to remember just one of them?
Of course it is. In fact, we have to. Because Jamie was more than he became this year. I was just thinking about that summer that we spent in Hyannis. Oh, how many years ago was that? Jamie must have been, what, 13, 14 years old. He and I went deep sea fishing. All he could talk about was the Naval Academy. How he wanted to be a fighter pilot and own the skies. I remember that expression. Own the skies.
I remember that summer, too. That was the summer Jamie discovered girls. Remember that? He had his first crush. What was her name? I think it began with a W or something.
Whitney.
Whitney, yeah.
She was going home to Chicago, and they were going to ride each other every day and not let anything separate them.
Boy, he was sure full of himself that summer, wasn't he? Feeling good, always smiling.
He was in love with life. Couldn't wait to get up in the morning.
I remember that he kept asking me questions about his grandfather. For some reason, during that period, he wanted to know everything about his background and about the man who created the Sanders Empire. Somewhere we have pictures of that summer. Charles, would you try to find them?
I know where they are, Mother. Yes, I'll get them.
In any case, the thing that we must remember, above all things, is that we loved and were loved by Jamie so very much all that wonderful summer. And Lord, we pray that you forgive Jamie his transgressions and allow him to enter the kingdom of heaven. Thank you for your blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Despite everything, can we all make a pact that we won't lose each other?
Katie, don't worry. Your father and I will take care of that.
We certainly will. Look, we've all had good times and bad times. Let's try to remember the good ones and go on from there.
Here, here. Thank you, Charles. I think we all feel better than when we came.
Thank you, too, John.
Liz, you take care of yourself. If you ever need a private detective to track down a wayward lover, you give me a call. I'll charge your family rate.
John, really?
You no doubt I'll see since you're staying in town, right? Right?
We'll see.
Well, as far as I know, Cord's not going anywhere.
Cord... Shut up, Uncle John.
Right.
Mother, how's about we have some tea?
I think it's a splendid idea, dear. I'll tell Cook.
Thanks.
Is Herb picking you up?
Yes, in a few minutes. It really helped that you were here. You've changed the mood of everything.
Judy, I love you, and I'm here for you, and I don't want you to forget that.
Never. I love you.
I would love to just beg you to stay here, to stay put in Lambview, but I won't do that. I'm not that selfish. I'm sure you could use, I don't know, a scientific study in some remote part of the world where life's a little less complicated, where you could put this all behind you.
I sure could. I don't really feel in control of my life or my feelings right now, Dad.
Because of Cord?
He's become such a big part of my life. Can't really imagine spending my days without him.
I understand.
And I join you.
Of
I
course.
have to go meet Cord. God knows how he's feeling right now.
I hope you two can comfort each other.
We'll try. Maybe you two could do the same.
I gotta go.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
We love you.
Love you, too.
Oh, well.
Do you remember what Bogart said in Casablanca? We'll always have Paris.
Oh.
We've had a lot more than that, Charles. I hope we keep Paris in our hearts.
We will.
Hey.
Isn't it wonderful to see you both so touched by the memorial service for Tina?
We were touched, especially by Cord's remarks.
You have a funny way of showing it.
Wait a minute. I don't remember seeing any big crocodile tears running down your cheeks.
That's because I'm not a hypocrite. I didn't like the little lady that much, but at least I have the decency to respect the dead. I guess because Vicky couldn't make the service, you decided to strike while the iron was hot. Back off.
John, are you sure you don't want to go through any of these?
Oh, no, Cassie. Just dump out everything prior to 79.
Okay, Judith will be happy to have the closet space.
Yeah, poor Judith.
John, Jamie was a murderer. He killed my friend Keith, he killed Tina Roberts. He got what he deserved.
He wasn't your son.
That's true. But maybe it's some consolation to Judith that he won't be killing anyone else. And to Charles. If Jamie had been arrested, he would have spent his whole life in prison. At least this way, everyone can just get on with their lives.
Hello. I stopped by your office. Cassie wasn't there. Hello, honey.
Hi, Mom. How was Tina's memorial service?
It was just fine. What's going on here?
Oh, well, Cassie was nice enough to come over and help me clean out my files in my closet.
John has notes in here from his first investigation.
I'm so happy that Cassie is helping you get your personal life organized. Because your professional one is about to take a sudden turn for the better.
Hey, what are you doing?
Johnny, it was so immense.
Well, I hope to make an immense amount of clothing. Can you just hear the machinery humming?
I think the word is deafening.
Well, I hope it's going to be very profitable.
Well, you are a terrific designer, Delilah. And with a good business manager, I can't imagine that your ready-to-wear line won't be a smashing success.
Well, if I could turn this old factory into an operating one, do you think it might be possible?
Well, anything's possible if you've got the money.
Well, could you give me a rough estimate? Nothing fancy, just something comfortable, operation worth, and it has to be working yesterday.
Oh, boy. Well, let me take a look around.
Thanks. Oh, I think I was being optimistic when I told him what I thought needed to be done.
Oh, come on. Should have heard what I told him when we first discussed the burn-it in. And he did a terrific job. He's getting it done real quickly.
Thanks. I don't feel so stupid then. How is your renovation going?
Oh, great. Thanks to Steve Holden.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
And smart. Saved me from bankruptcy.
What?
Oh, yeah, Ace was up to his old tricks again. Oh, which reminds me, when you start looking for a contractor, go right past the name Middleton Construction.
But they're very respectable.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. But they're corruptible. Somebody can buy them. Aces certainly did. They did rotten, shoddy work. I never would have gotten my certificate of occupancy. Well, anyhow, just thank heaven Steve Holden discovered the whole thing.
Ace up to his dirty old tricks again, huh?
I mean, he never, ever stops. But he is responsible for changing me. You know, standing up for myself, being a more independent woman. And I gotta tell you, I really do get a kick out of beating the master at his own game.
Oh, Pam, though, be careful. Asa does not get beaten. Now, I know he loves you, but he's also very dangerous. And he may be very intrigued and amused by this little battle, but it's going to wear thin after a while.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'm perfectly capable of handling myself. So, Ariel, what do you think?
Well, I can have this place operational before too long.
Yeah?
That's the good news.
Oh,
The bad news is, for what you want, excluding machinery, I think it'll cost in excess of $1 million.
$1 million?
All this talk about how weak you are from a bullet wound must be exaggerated. You're sure as hell strong enough to jump all over my son, Clint.
Oh, I said back off.
Clint, it's all right. I can deal with him.
You shouldn't have to.
Oh, yes, I do. I think an explanation is in order.
I don't need anything explained to me, honey. I know what I saw.
That one-track mind of yours is always on the wrong track. If you had any decency in you, you would realize that Clint is a truly good friend. And when one is in need, one turns to their friends for support.
Clint, the boys are asking a lot of questions about the memorial service. I think you should go upstairs and calm them down.
No, Clint, I'll do it. I think this needs a woman's touch.
They need their father, not you, Maria. They don't even know you.
Wrong again, Asa. I have spent a lot of time with Kevin and Joey, and we've gotten to know each other much better. Now, I can quiet them down if I'm just honest with them.
You don't know what the hell honest is.
Paul! Listen to me. If your house isn't big enough for all of us, I can take my kids and move someplace else.
Where, to Maria? Wouldn't she just love that, huh?
She almost died in Argentina taking a bullet that was meant for somebody else. She lost her unborn grandchild when Tina went over the falls. That's still not enough for you, is it? You're not going to rest until you have destroyed her completely.
Now, if you would just take the blinders off and stop acting like a stubborn mule, you'll realize I'm trying to protect you. If you can get that into your thick head. Or that woman will destroy you.
It's so exciting, John. It's as if the fates had decreed it.
Well, what exactly do the fates have in store for me?
All right. I got a telephone call from one of the members of the commission. He wanted to make plans for our first meeting, which, as you know, takes place in Washington this week. Honey, what's the matter?
Nothing. I just thought you were going to talk about a sudden turn in John's career.
I'm getting to that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't off on another tangent.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and thank you, John. So anyway, I told him all about the undercover work that you did at Statesville Prison, and I told him what a marvelous private investigator you are.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And then he got this absolutely brilliant idea. He
said, well, why don't we appoint him as advisor to the commission? You see what I mean? That way that you would have an official role in helping the commission find ways that we can reform the prison system.
Really? An official role?
Exactly. And I know that you'd be able to come up with a dozen innovative ideas. Just think of the prestige, too. I mean, advisor to the Commission on Prison Reform. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Who was the guy that came up with this idea?
Congressman Pritchard from Idaho. Isn't it exciting, Cassie?
Yeah, it sounds incredible.
I wish you could manage to work up a little more enthusiasm, dear. Just think of what it'll mean to John's career. Why, in no time at all, he'll know everybody in Washington that's worth knowing.
Washington?
Our nation's capital, that's where the meetings are held.
Yeah, exactly how much time would I be spending in Washington?
You'd have to go to all the meetings. You'd have to talk to groups, of course, that share our goals.
Are we talking full-time here?
No, not full-time. But you would have to be in and out of Landview. Why? Does that present a problem for you?
Just the guy I wanted to see.
Oh, yeah? Why?
You stay away from Marilyn Dennison. You got that?
Oh, what's the matter? You jealous?
Don't make me laugh. When you got beef against her father, you take it up with him and leave her out of it. You understand? She freaked over that material you gave her.
Hey, I told her that stuff was for her father. I told her not to read it, so don't come blaming me if she did. And another thing, you tell her to stop coming around here hassling me with all her questions.
You're telling me she came up here to see you?
Yeah, she did, and I told her I had nothing to say, so buzz off.
Get back to your room. On the double.
Aren't you going to say hello to your old pal?
Jamie, you're supposed to be dead. It's in all the papers.
Yeah, well, that just goes to show you can't believe everything you read.
Yeah, but they said you were shot, drowned in a river in South America.
Yeah, and I'll bet you celebrated along with the rest of my friends and family.
No, I thought what they'd done to you was terrible.
Oh, that's nice of you to say. I appreciate your sympathy. But you just keep that sad face, because if my name ever comes up, I want to make sure that everyone still thinks I'm dead.
Hey, I can dig it, man. But how come you're still alive?
I don't know. I guess God must be watching over me. Must be all that clean living and Christian charity I've always practiced.
Hey, maybe the devil didn't want to take you on. So what happened? Did the bullet miss you or what?
No, it hit me. I flew into the water and almost drowned. I somehow managed to make it back to shore before I passed out. Next thing I knew, some Indians found me and took care of me, nursed me back to health. Oh, this bed feels great. You don't know when the last time I slept on a mattress is.
Yeah, well, make yourself comfortable.
Thanks, I will. You know, I knew you were the kind of guy I could count on.
Hey, man, you should have stayed in South America. You're bound to get caught here. It's just a matter of time.
My luck has held out this long. I found you, didn't I?
Yeah. Hey, that's another thing. How'd you know I was out on parole?
Magic. Some witch doctor. He gave me a secret potion to give me X-ray vision, and I can hear conversations a mile away.
Yeah? You're putting me on, right?
Yeah, I am. So anyway, I found this loft downtown. Unfortunately, it turns out it belongs to some woman I know, Delilah Garrettson. She's going to turn it into a dress factory.
Garrettson, man, that's the name of a cop. Mean son of a gun.
Yeah, that's her husband. He's not too fond of you either. I overheard him talking yesterday. He's ticked off that you're in town.
Oh, man, all I want is a transfer to another parole officer in El Paso, but nobody's doing nothing to get me out of here, man.
That's good news for me. I'm glad you're in Landview, because you're going to be a big help to me.
He had a weapon that was concealed.
And all you saw were his eyes, huh?
Yeah, they were blue.
Maybe they were pale green. It happened so quick I couldn't really tell. I tried to grab the mask off his head to see what he looked like, but he was too strong. I tried to hand him a couple of times. Everything a little too cute, and the lights went out.
Mrs. Sanders, you didn't hear any noise?
No, we didn't know anything was going on out here. We were having a memorial for my son. We were much too preoccupied in our own thoughts.
Has there been any robberies around here? No. Nothing. I'm sorry I don't have any more information for you.
Get you through, Doctor.
Well, no, I'll be all... Oh, damn! I think that creep busted my rib.
Look, if you're through, I'd like to get the DA to a hospital.
Of course. I'll file a report, Mr. Callison. But I tell you, we don't have much to go on.
Yeah, I know. Just do whatever you can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, it is quite a challenge, isn't it?
It most certainly is. So come to Washington, my darling. Show them what you can do.
Well, I have to admit, it's a great opportunity, John. If I were you, I'd jump at it. But there just seems to be one problem. All your clients here in Landview, I mean, they're depending on you. You can't just ignore them.
Darling, I know that you're a very capable assistant. That's why John hired you. Surely you can hold down the fort.
Well, maybe, but not in Mr. Caldwell's case.
Yeah, she's right, Dory.
Mr. Caldwell goes to trial next week. John needs to come up with some kind of evidence to prove that he's innocent. Otherwise, he'll be convicted, Mom.
Couldn't you turn the case over to somebody else?
And I can't just turn my back on him, Dory. I would love to be special advisor to your commission, but not at the expense of my clients.
Isn't there some way we could work this out?
No, not if you want me to close shop and go to Washington.
I see. I'm going to the studio, and then I'll probably leave directly for the airport. So I guess this is goodbye.
Dorian, tell Congressman Pritchard that I appreciate his offer. Really, I'm very flattered by it, and maybe some other time.
Yeah, sure. Jobs like this come around all the time.
Don't go away mad, all right?
I'll miss you. Something to remember me by.
Mom, don't I even rate a so long kid?
Of course. So long, kid.
Cassie.
What? I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, I'm going over to Caldwell's. I'll be back in a couple hours, okay?
Okay. Yes, I would like the area code for Washington, D.C., please. Thank you. Yes, I would like the phone number for Congressman Pritchard's office, please.
Plastic surgeon, and presto, I'm a new man.
Hey, Jamie, your face is so famous, you wouldn't even get past the receptionist in the doctor's office.
I already have a guy who's going to do it. For a huge fee, of course.
Great. Where are you going to get the money?
I've got it all figured out. You're going to do my legwork while I stay out of sight.
Like hell I will. I don't know anybody with $500, let alone 500,000.
Well, I do, my family.
Forget it.
We'll knock 'em up for 6